love the channel and find it useful in becoming a happy retiree. Subscribe today. But I want to talk about an article that I contributed to Clark Howard's website, and we write something for Clark and his team, I would say once every week or two. And I usually only bring them up when they do well on his website. And I get a call from Krista DiBiase. He'll say, "Oh, hey Wes, that was a great article. People really loved it." And then I'll bring it up here on Money Matters. And the article that we talked about this week, that I want to talk about this week briefly, before we go to the phones, we contributed is this. How can happy retirees spend $82,770 a year without having millions of dollars in the bank? Where do I get that number? I'm not pulling it out of the air. I'm not making it up. It's a number that my research shows that's what happy retirees have as an annual household income. I wrote a book called You Can Retire Sooner Than You Think. That book, the subtitle, The 5 Money Secrets of the Happiest Retirees. So I did a study over 46 different states, 1,350 full respondents. And that study gave me the data to show the spending, financial, consumer discretionary, and life habits of happy retirees. And I was able to compare those to the unhappy retiree data. And that's what the book has been all about. And my research is very much about, yes, we talk about income investing is the core philosophy we cover on Money Matters, but I also have this very important eye on how you're really utilizing your money and how money is there to, if I'm going to have habits, I want them to be of the happy retiree, not the unhappy retiree. And that's what Retire Sooner Than You Think, the book is all about. But the reason I picked $82,770 is that was the average annual income for happy retirees. So that was the number I started with for this article. And and that's, again, coming from a research study that I did. So, of course, everyone's individual needs are going to be different. For your retirement, you may say that seems like an enormous amount, Wes. Yeah, that's way more than we need. And I've got plenty of families that I work with that spend far less than that, and they're very happy retirees, and some that spend a whole lot more than that. So it really, of course, depends on what it works for you. But for illustration purposes, let's see what it takes to actually net. Now I'm going to go from your gross household income. I want you, what's it going to take to net $82,770 per year? Let's do the math on that. I didn't do that in the article, but $82,770 divided by 12 is $68.97 a month. So basically $7,000 a month. So let's see what it takes to net to $82,770. To make the numbers easier to remember for you, because this might be the first time you're tuning into Money Matters because it's 11 o'clock on a Sunday, let's round that number, the gross number, to $100,000. Hey, Wes was talking about, if I want $100,000 in retirement, well, $100,000 in gross income, you apply a reasonable tax rate for many retirees because your tax rate drops a whole lot once you stop working. Let's call it 17.23%. I did that number because that 15 to 20% is very realistic, and 17.23% happens to get me exactly to $82,770. Now, the reason I pull this out is that commentators on financial freedom, and Clark's railed about this to some extent. Every other week, you're going to see an article that says you need $2 million to retire. You need $3 million to retire. Or the one I just read a couple of weeks ago said you needed at least $2.2 million stashed away to have a good retirement. And I just think that's an enormous number that makes most people stop before they even get started. And they say, it's just going to take too long and too much work, and I'm never going to be able to get there. So they just stop. And that might be one of the leading contributors to the retirement crisis that we have in America to begin with. Wall Street will have you believe that you need millions and millions when, in fact, most families, 99.9% of families, they get to their retirement number, whether it's 60,000 or 80,000 or 100,000, and they get there by breaking down what is a pretty big number, 100 grand is a big number, into much smaller pieces. and making it more attainable. And that's exactly what we do here in this article. So think about it after you stop working. It depends on your age, but once you stop working, you're going to be eligible for, well, Social Security. Of course you are. Maybe you're going to have some sort of pension. It might not be an $8,000 a month pension. Might not even be $2,000, but it might be $500. Might be $1,000 because you worked for a company a long time ago and you have at least a little bit of a pension. Maybe you decide to do some part-time work. Maybe you're getting some sort of rental income on some sort of house. There are plenty of different income sources that will supplement your retirement nest egg, which we'll get to too, as well, when the time comes. So let's look at all these different potential income sources. Social Security. Well, by the way, last year, and I still hear this all the time, oh, Social Security is not a big deal, doesn't really pay me much. That's wrong. In 2017, Social Security paid out $955 billion in benefits. 62 million Americans receive Social Security. So it's a tremendous number. Average Social Security last year was $1,400 a month. Your full max, if you're getting your maximum or your full age, and this is not waiting until 70, but waiting until 66 or 67, the max you can get is of almost $2,700 per month. So imagine you're getting that, plus your spouse is getting that. That starts to really add up. And you've all been paying into it. If you're listening and you've been working, you've been paying more and more and more Social Security every year. They ratchet up the Social Security wage base. Now it's at $128,400 this year, which means you pay in almost $8,000 per year to Social Security. We're going to continue with pension, part-time work, rental income, investment income when Money Matters returns. Hi, I'm Wes Moss, and thanks for taking a minute to hear about what's so different about my new book, You Can Retire Sooner Than You Think. So unlike other retirement books, this book will give you a step-by-step guide, whether you're in your 20s or 30s or 40s or 50s, to learn from what these successful and happy retirees did to get there. I hope you enjoy the book, but more importantly, I know that it'll help you retire sooner than you think.